sorry to call you back in like this, but she insisted on talking to you.
Who is that?
I don't know. She asked for you by name.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Hi, I'm Elizabeth Weber. Do we know each other?
Marnie Babcock. I believe you were my mother's nurse.
Babcock. No, I'm sorry.
Shirley Smith. You did care for her?
Oh, yeah, I did care for Shirley as a nurse and a friend. She was an exceptional woman. I'm really sorry.
Don't waste your sympathy. I barely saw my mother when she was alive. I'm certainly not going to pretend to be grief-stricken now that she's dead. I've been hugely inconvenienced.
Inconvenienced by your mother's death?
Yes. Everything falls on me because my brother is worthless. I had to cut short a very important business meeting to detour to this burg to clear up my mother's paperwork and collect her no doubt meager belongings. But this hospital is treating them like they're the Holy Grail.
I'm sorry, I'm having a really hard time following. What is the nature of your problem and how may I help you?
Do you people talk to each other? I was told that the hospital wouldn't release my mother's property until I'd spoken to you.
Oh, of course, I know what this is about. Your mom was working on a new jewelry collection when she passed, and I took it for safekeeping, but of course you should have it.
You're joking, right? I've gone to all this trouble to end up with my mother's awful jewelry. She sent me a piece. Big, clunky monstrosity of a necklace. Are you sure that mother didn't have a touch of dementia? Because she would have to be delusional to think...
Excuse me. Your mother was an exceptional, amazing person. She was the most loving and inspirational woman I have ever met. Who cares whether her jewelry was nice or not? It was an expression of her heart and her spirit, which happened to be huge, by the way. I've taken care of a lot of patients, and I have never seen anyone face imminent death with such courage and grace and humor. So how dare you speak of her with such contempt?
You would have to understand.
No, you need to understand that when I met your mom, I was going through a really hard time, and she's the only person who got me through it, and I will forever be grateful for her guidance and her wisdom. Yes, I know she wasn't perfect, but that does not justify this self-absorbed reaction to her death.
You're completely out of line. I want to speak to your superiors.
Well, I'm sorry, but this is personal. Between you and me about a woman you should have a little more respect for.
That's easy for you to say. Shirley wasn't your mother. She didn't abandon you and your family to run off with her first love and chase her dreams. What about us? What about the kids that she brought into this world who didn't ask to be here? The husband that she swore to love forever.
She made the best choice she could at the time.
Yeah, that's what she said. It's a cop-out and not a very convincing one at that.
Would you rather she stayed, resenting all of you and being miserable for the rest of her life? You know, she felt a lot of guilt over leaving you.
She talked about us?
She had a lot of regrets. Haven't you ever made a mistake and just did the best you could to pick up the pieces and try to get on with your life? Marnie, do yourself a favor. Put the bad part of the past behind you. Take the jewelry. Throw it in the back of the closet for now if you want, but I promise you, one day you'll be glad you did. Epiphany. This is Shirley Smith's daughter, Marnie.
Oh, pleased to meet you. We thought very highly of Mrs. Smith around here. Is there anything I can do to help?
I'd like my mother's jewelry.
Well, let's see what we can do about that. Follow me.
Thank you.
Ready to face the boys about Aiden?
Yeah.